Hi passionate Rangers FC fans, welcome to Rangers. Update, your dedicated source for all things Rangers. Before we dive in, we want to express our gratitude for your unwavering support. If you bleed blue, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button and let's strengthen our community. Now let's get into the latest updates. A hearty welcome to our new followers. Your backing means the world to us. Whop, let's get to the news. There's been a right stir brewing at Ebro, and if the whispers coming out the dressing room are even half true, then the Rangers might be sitting on a powder keg ready to explode. Reports filtering through the grapevine suggest that Captain James Taiverrier found himself in the heart of a heated altercation with one of his teammates. Name still under wraps, mind ye, but the tension's apparently been brewing for weeks. It wasn't just a wee argument neither, but a proper row, the kind that echoes off the lockers and leaves folks staring at the floor. Now you know Tav, usually calm, composed, a real leader on the pitch, but they're saying he lost a rag in a way we've not seen before. There's even talk that coaching staff had to step in right sharpish to separate the two before fists started flying. It's the kind of bust-up that can crack the unity of a squad, and the timing couldn't be worse with fixtures stacking up and the title race hanging by a thread. Fans are already murmuring on forums asking what's going on behind the scenes and if this could signal deeper issues festering within a club. Now let's not jump the gun, but you can't ignore how things have been feeling off at Rangers lately. Performances have dipped and the body language on the pitch tells its own story. Players look disconnected, like they're running through treacle, and it's left supporters scratching their heads. So when word of this bust-up between Tavernier and a fellow squad member started making the rounds, folk weren't exactly shocked. They were more like, aye, that explains a lot. Some insiders hint that it's not just a one-off spat, but the result of simmering frustrations over tactics, leadership choices, and the direction the club's heading. One rumor even suggests that certain players are questioning Tavernier's authority in the squad, saying he's lost his grip as captain and that respect for his role's waning. That's a serious claim, especially considering how long he's worn the armband. If true, it paints a grim picture of disharmony at Ibrox, and you have to wonder how the gaffer's planning to patch things up before it all unravels completely. It's no secret the pressure at Rangers is relentless. One bad result and the walls start closing in. So imagine the added strain of a divided dressing room where players are no longer singing from the same hymn sheet. Sources close to the club say the mood after the recent bust-up was icy, with lads keeping their heads down and not making eye contact. Training sessions reportedly turned a bit awkward, with the usual banter replaced by silence and side eyes. Some say Taivernier is still trying to reassert control, making speeches in team meetings and holding one-on-ones to smooth things over. But it might be too late for that. Once trust's been broken, especially between senior players, it's a hell of a job piecing it back together. And in a club with such a storied history and sky-high expectations, any hint of internal fracture is like blood in the water for the media and rival fans alike. They're sniffing around for signs of collapse, and its latest rumors giving them plenty to chew on. What's especially worrying is the silence from the club. Usually Rangers are quick to shut down wild speculation, issuing a statement or having a senior figure appear in the press to calm the waters. But this time, nothing. Not a word. That silence has only fueled the rumor mill, with fans dissecting every photo, every post-match interview looking for signs of division. The fact that Taivernier looked visibly frustrated in his last media appearance, dodging questions and giving clipped responses, hasn't helped. Some pundits are saying the club's adopting a keep it in-house policy, hoping to sort things quietly without sparking more chaos. But in the age of social media, secrets don't stay buried for long. If there's truly a rift between Tav and another key player, especially one with influence in the dressing room, the fallout could be monumental. It's a delicate moment for the club, and how they handle it in the next few days could define not just their season, but their future. Leadership structure. Behind every team are egos, ambitions, and the constant grind of expectation. At Rangers, that's multiplied by 10. The jersey carries a weight, and no one feels that more than the captain. But when teammates start challenging that authority, whether openly or behind closed doors, it can spark a chain reaction. Some players rally around the skipper, while others might align with the dissenters. It creates factions, invisible walls that split the squad. There's talk that a small group within the team's been grumbling about decisions both on and off the pitch. They're saying Tavernier is not vocal enough when things go wrong, that he leads by example, but lacks fire when it's needed. That criticism might seem harsh, especially for a player who's given so much to the club, but in football perception is reality. And when results aren't going your way, leaders come under the microscope. If Taiverrier truly is losing the dressing room, then the gaffer's got a major crisis on his hands. One that could demand bold, uncomfortable decisions. Let's be honest, there's always been a whisper about the leadership core at Rangers. Even in good times, folk question whether there's enough grit, enough bite. The idea that this bust-up might reflect deeper fractures isn't far-fetched. Some sources claim the incident wasn't spontaneous, but the result of weeks of build-up, passive, aggressive digs and training disagreements over tactics, and a general sense of frustration with where the team's headed. They're saying the player who clashed with Tavernier had been feeling sidelined both in terms of responsibility and respect. When the moment came, it all boiled over. There was shouting, finger-pointing, and accusations flying in front of the whole squad. That kind of public clash doesn't just embarrass the people involved. It forces every player in that room to take a side, even if they don't want to. And once that line's drawn, the unity that once held things together starts to unravel. There's also the question of how the coaching staff's responding. Word is they were caught off guard by the intensity of the fight and have since been holding individual meetings to get a handle on the mood. The gaffer's in a tough spot. Does he back the captain no matter what, or does he listen to the voices challenging his authority? Either way, he risks alienating part of the group. One suggestion floating around is that a reshuffle of the self-leadership group could be on the cards. Not stripping Taiverrier of the armband necessarily, but bringing in other strong voices to share the load. That might ease tensions, or it could send a message that Tav's lost his grip. Whatever path they choose, it has to happen quickly. The fixtures are relentless, the fans are restless, and the club can't afford to spiral into chaos. Especially not now with silverware still within reach if they can pull together. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Supporters naturally are divided. Some are backing Tav to the hilt, saying he's earned the right to lead and that every dressing room has its spats. Others are calling for a shakeup, arguing that loyalty shouldn't blind folk to decline. Social media is ablaze with speculation, memes, and heated debates. Every move is under the microscope. Who's talking to who? Who's posting what? Who's wearing a smile and training photos? It's reached a point where fans are reading body language like experts trying to piece together a puzzle. The club refuses to comment on. It's a circus, but it's one of the club's own making, fueled by silence and inconsistency on the pitch. And until someone inside Ibrox breaks the silence, the speculation will only grow louder, spilling into match days and influencing performances. Because once trust's broken between fans and players, it takes more than words to fix it. It takes results, clarity, and honesty. Then there's the long-term view. If this rumor is more than smoke, if there's truly fire beneath, what does it mean for Tavernier's future at the club? He's a veteran now, been through highs and lows, and remains one of the few constants over the past decade. But even legends reach a crossroads. The idea that he might move on or be asked to step aside as captain would have seemed unthinkable a year ago. Now it's being whispered like a real possibility. Some say a summer exit could suit all parties. A clean slate for the team, a fresh challenge for the player. Of course, nothing's confirmed and it might all blow over with a few good results. But if the dressing room's trust is gone, if players no longer look to Tav as their leader, then a change might be inevitable, painful though it would be. The club's identity, its ethos, has always been built on unity and strength. Right now, that image is under siege. Still, in football, things can change quickly. A win here, a rallying speech there, and the storm might pass. But as it stands, the mood at Ebrox is uneasy. There's tension in the air, the kind that lingers long after the final whistle. And fans know the signs. They've seen this movie before. When whispers start leaking out of the dressing room, it's rarely a false alarm. Something's not right. Whether it's fixable or fatal remains to be seen, but one thing's certain, all eyes are on Taivernier now. He's got a chance to silence the doubters, to pull the squad back together, and to remind everyone why he wears the armband. But the margin For error is razored in. Another bust up, another poor result, and the whole thing could collapse like a house of cards. For now, it's all just rumor. But in Glasgow, rumor has a funny way of becoming reality real fast. And so we wait. We wait for answers, for clarity, for a sign that things aren't as dire as they seem. But in the absence of truth, the whispers grow louder. The story of a captain at odds with his team of a club grappling with internal strife is just too juicy to ignore. Journalists are circling, pundits are chiming in, and fans are holding their breath. Maybe it's all a storm in a teacup. Maybe Tav and his teammate will have a pint, shake hands, and move on. But maybe, just maybe, this is the moment when the cracks start to show, when the illusion of unity fades and the club faces a reckoning. Either way, one thing's for sure, Rangers fans won't accept silence for long. They demand answers, they demand leadership, and above all, they demand that the badge be honored not just in words, but in action. Because at Rangers, nothing less will do. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.